Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Welcome back on a Tuesday. Josh, Ryan, Abby St. John, and we have news, sports, weather, and more for you on Primetime Local News. In fact, there's plenty coming up this week, considering that we have school starting right away, and people are in that last-minute scramble.
I know, I always liked shopping for school supplies. That was always fun to get new notebooks and new paper and pens and stuff like that. So that was always my favorite part of back-to-school shopping. I think what we did last was like clothing or, backpacks and stuff like that.
And we'll find out if that's the shared opinion amongst all of you. Remember, the question on Facebook for Question of the Day was, what is left on your checklist for back to school? First, though, let's head out to Eric Bay. He was on location.
Thanks, guys. Well, we are getting closer and closer to fall, and the weather the last few days has certainly shown that. And today we are looking at the fall fitness programs that are offered here at the Service Sports Center. They do have that open house happening tomorrow. So we're going to take a little look inside there, what you can look forward to, as you do get a little preview of all the different fitness classes they are offering here tomorrow. As well, we're also going to take a look again into the fall guide, see a few of the different programs they do have going on at a few of the different buildings around town. But before we get to that, we're going to head back into the studio and take a look at your local news.
Thanks, Eric. Well, traffic lights around the border city will be seeing an upgrade. City Council approved the upgrade on Monday at Council. They also approved new lights for the 75th Ave and 44th Street by the Best Buy and Sobeys as the businesses have grown, which has increased the amount of traffic in that area. The city is aiming to improve the flow of traffic with the new light systems.
What you're going to see is a real change in the lighting, street signals. What it'll mean is hopefully a better flow of traffic. That's the whole process. There's some new technology going to be implemented which will connect the lights from one to the other, as well as have a master controller system that'll be new to the city that will help aid that.
Mayor Albers says there are many different reasons on why they want to change the lights.
It wears on the streets. It's safety of drivers, safety of pedestrians. So there's a multitude of reasons we want to do it. The technology has, in many cases, not been updated lately. So we have an option now to move into the 21st century and ensure that the lights talk to each other and continuously make allowances.
The city also came to a new one-year renewal agreement with the Lloydminster Bandits. School is right around the corner, and making sure kids have a full, healthy lunch is important. The Lloydminster Co-op has some tips to make sure kids' lunches are quick, easy, and most importantly, healthy.
The best way to do it is get your kids involved. Give them healthy options, but let them pick between which one they want. So maybe instead of an apple today, they want an orange. Maybe you can quarter it. It also helps get them involved in eating fresher and healthier options.
Through different after-school activities and homework and getting supper ready, having the time to put together healthy options can be hard. However, meal prepping ahead of time can be a solution. Austin has ways to keep the food fresh longer.
Put it in individual containers so that you can use it and you can pull it out of the fridge real quick and easy. If the items are not mixed with another item, then it will help it stay fresher longer. It's not going to go bad as fast. So, and even cookies or that, you can have them individually packaged already, so when the time comes, it's just a grab and go and it's quick and easy.
There are many ways to make school lunches fun, quick, and healthy. Post-secondary studies don't begin till next week, but the Lakeland Rustlers are already hard at work outside of practice. Tuesday's annual golf tournament drew another large crowd, and as Josh Ryan explains, it's paying dividends for the program.
Despite less than ideal weather conditions for driving down the fairway, more than 80 golfers were on hand to participate in the Lakeland Rustlers annual golf tournament.
It's pretty on par from last year. Some years it's higher, some years it's a little bit lower. Lloyd is community driven. When sponsors and donors can help out, they really do.
The event is the athletic program's most important fundraiser.
This pretty much goes to our national fund for nationals, helps with provincials, it helps with team gear, helps with scholarships, it helps with everything.
It's even started to attract outside sponsorship.
Being Alberta-based and being out of Edmonton and the local communities is important. To be part of that sponsorship with the Lakeland College Group made a lot of sense for us.
An increasing number of alumni are also returning.
My friend and I were both on the wrestling team and enjoyed it and figured we should come back and help support the college athletics. When we were here, there was just the Vermilion campus, and this has been added since, and it's just a great institution and for kids and for learning and athletics.
The tournament also allows current wrestlers to better connect with their sponsors.
Then they really know what Lakeland College is about, and we pretty much could tell them what they mean to us and how much they really help athletics.
And for many, that connection is barely needed.
We wanted to sponsor part of that athletics program as well because we like to support local athletics and what they do and where it takes them in life.
If they need to use the cash to go somewhere or do something or buy uniforms, whatever they can use it for.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local News.
And now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here at the Service Sports Center talking fall events, and Cindy Reckamich joins me now. And now again, we talked a little bit. You guys do have stuff going on at the Cultural and Science Center, so can you tell us what's going on there?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of adult programs this fall, so if you're interested in acrylic painting, burlap wreaths, you can make a scarf, the photography class is getting offered again, so there is something for everyone. I really encourage you to go and check out all the programs that they have to offer for adults. We have kids programs as well. So we've got a new program that we offered. This is the second time we're offering. It's called Me+1. So you and your little one can come and do that program. We have messy masterpieces for 3 to 5-year-olds. That's always popular. We also have our camps during the breaks, the kids' November break. There's kids camps. And then we have a neat one called Holiday Surprise. So your kid can come down, make some art, and they actually wrap it up and can put it under the Christmas tree and surprise mom or dad. So that's a really neat camp.
Sounds pretty good for sure. Now, it's not just the programs you do have events coming up, so can you touch on and give us a little tease as to what's coming out there?
We've got, it's busy this fall. We've got the Fall Fest happening out at Bud Miller, so that's exciting. That's sponsored by the Lloydminster and District Co-op. We have Culture Days that's happening at the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Center, and then we have Winter Spectacular that's sponsored by Willow Creek and Collectibles. So those are coming up in the fall and just before Christmas.
All right, thank you for this. We are going to have some more from back here once again. Continue to touch on what you do have to look forward to here in the fall. But before that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Thanks again, Eric. We did have a few signs of summer earlier today. 18 degrees right now, so a little bit of sunlight. Certainly this morning, it did feel more like fall, and that's going to be the case largely over the next week or so. Some warmer temperatures, but a lot of wind and a lot of cloud cover, unfortunately. At the moment, again, we are seeing relatively clear skies. Your records from 2001 and 1982, 31 degrees and 2 degrees for your all-time low. That definitely feels closer to fall weather. Winds out of the west, 17 kilometers per hour, so not quite as strong as some of the 30-plus gusts we did get this morning. Fortunately, no watches and warnings to speak of. Clear map, no rain on the way. There could be some more development later on in the week, though, which will update you as we go along with our 7-day forecast later this evening. 19 degrees in Cold Lake, so just a hair warmer there than it is in Lloydminster. 18 in Meadow Lake. North Battleford is also sitting at 19 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, a little more cloud now. Isle Cross at 17 degrees, Edmonton at 20, Saskatoon at 19, and both of those regions also seeing increased cloud cover. Lloydminster and Cold Lake, some of the few that are still seeing plenty of sun. Now your 3-day forecast, wind out of the west-northwest tomorrow, again stronger than it was, or stronger than it is at the moment, I should say. We could get some gusts in the 35-40 kilometer range, but on average it'll be in the high 20s. 18 with a low of 11, then Thursday 17 degrees and a low of 7. The wind shifting from the west-northwest rather to the northwest, and then shifting to the south on Friday, where there's a high of 18 and a low of 6. So the next couple of days at least do look a little bit more like the summer, even though they are well below the seasonal average for this time of the year. That'll be it for your 3-day, 7-day coming up later on the show.
Welcome back. Well, the Canola Council of Canada is looking to Europe as trade challenges continue with China. but it warns that shipments must be certified as sustainable to meet biodiesel requirements. Canola Council Vice President of Public Affairs Brian Ines says 2/3 of all the canola that gets crushed in the European Union is used for biofuel. Ines says drought and insects have meant this is the European Union's smallest canola crop in 13 years. And he says there's been reports of more Canadian canola shipments to the EU. He's encouraging growers to start the sustainable certification process by talking with their local Viterra, Cargill, or G3 elevator, with most farmers already meeting the certification requirements. And the federal government has announced $4.2 million in funding for improvements to a short-line railway in southern Alberta. The project involves upgrading 40-mile rail's transload facility at Foremost, Alberta, and improving the Cardston subdivision line. The existing infrastructure restricts the number of cars that can be moved to 25 cars at a time. The government says improvements will allow growth of the line's annual number of agricultural carloads for export from 263 carloads in 2018 to 4,000 carloads a year in the short term and 15,000 in the long term. 40-mile rail was established in 2016 and connects Foremost with the Canadian Pacific Junction near Sterling, Alberta, southeast of Lethbridge. And now we're going to take a look at your egg prices.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
With only one day left until the start of the Lloydminster Bobcats season, new players are still getting a feel of the team and the city. This year, it's not just new players adjusting. Our Evan Kenny reports.
New ice, new city, new teammates. These are normal things for a player joining the AJHL. This year, however, there's more than just players learning this. Bobcats assistant coach Brady Backey is in the same shoes. Backey is fresh to the team and to the league as a coach. He spent the last 2 seasons coaching the St. Albert Midget AAA team. The new coach also has experience in the league, but as a player. From 2012 to 2015, Backey joined the Northeast, playing with the Bonnyville Pontiacs.
I don't got the coaching experience, but I played 3 years in the league, right? Played for Bonnyville for 3 years, so I kind of understand the league and the understanding of the mindset that it goes through. Midget AAA, you know, you're gearing guys up to get into this league, so you start to understand kind of their mentality and what guys go through on a daily basis. So between the league, playing in it, and getting the guys ready for this league, you can bring that experience to it.
Looking back on his past, Backey is going to use those times to help head coach Nigel Dubé lead this team.
We went a long ways with a team that was, you know, underskilled but had really good people, and you know, we built that program here in Lloydminster the same way.
He believes in building the players' skills off the ice just as much as on the ice.
I preach hardworking, and that's who I am as a person. That's how I've been brought up. I've been brought up that way throughout my whole life. Just allowing the players to be who they are out there, you know, but allowing them to also be taught, and you know, not only growing the player on the ice, but we're growing the player off the ice out here.
On Backey's coaching resume, a total record of 37, 22, and 9, a max midget AAA tournament win, and a 2.35 goals against average, much better than the Bobcats' 4.6 last year. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
And now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here at the Service Sports Center. Today we are looking at their fall fitness classes coming up, and Jenna Pellerin joins you now, and you guys are having an open house here tomorrow, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we're having a fall fitness classes open house, so it's from 6 to 9 o'clock here in our fitness studio as well as our dance studio. So it's just 15-minute teasers, sample classes, so people can get a taste of what we have to offer here in our daytime and evening classes.
And now some of those classes, what are some of the fitness classes that are involved here that people can come out and check out here?
We have spin, we have yoga, we have RIP classes, boot camp style classes, Rev and Flow. We have classes for older adults as well. So we have a complete variety for everyone.
And now if people do want to come out here tomorrow, check out the open house and get a taste of what you guys do offer here, how can they come out and do so?
They can stop by anytime between 6 and 9 o'clock, so you can stay for the entire thing, or you can stop by for a few classes. We'll have refreshments and snacks to help replenish through those intense workouts, and they can come in anytime. We have lots of prizes, so anyone that comes gets entered in.
And now if people maybe do want some more information on some of those classes that you guys do offer here before they even do come out maybe tomorrow, how can they find that information, or where can they find it?
They can find it on our website at cityoflloydminster.ca, and as well as on our Facebook page, the Service Sports Centre. We have an event there. They can just follow there. All the details are on there for tomorrow night's event.
And now this open house, is this something you've done before? And if not, where did kind of the idea come from to allow people to have that chance to try out what you guys do have here?
Yes, we've had it for a couple years actually. And so this year in January, we moved all of our classes over from the BioClean to the Service Sports Centre. So we're housed in one facility. So last year we had 2 of them. So this is the first year we're doing 1 altogether. And it just kind of helps people get a taste of what the classes are about.
All right, thank you for this. We are going to have some more from back here at the Service Sports Centre as we continue to talk about their fall fitness classes as well as some of the other stuff going on around here in the fall. But before we get to that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Thanks again to Eric Bay. Next 48 hours, you can see here wind chill in effect. Definitely going to change the way it feels outside. Unfortunately, we are expecting around the high teens, so 18, 19 degrees over the next couple of days. It will feel more like 13, 14 at best because of how strong some of those gusts are going to come. A few current temperatures: 18 in Marwayne, 20 in Vermilion, 18 as well in both St. Paul and Bonnyville, so pretty steady across the Lakeland region. 18 as well in Lac La Biche. A little warmer out west in Edmonton at 20 degrees. No such 20s on the Sask side, besides down south where Provost on the Alberta side, Macklin on the Sask side are both sitting at 21. 19 in Green Lake, 18 in Meadow Lake as well as in St. Walburg, 19 in Maidstone, and also the same temperature in North Battleford. Again, all of these areas dropping to single digits overnight, and we'll be back to similar temperatures through most of these regions over the next couple of days. 19 again is the current temperature in North Battleford. They are one of the few that will be in the 20s tomorrow. A low of 8 overnight, possibility of some rain. That could continue on into tomorrow, though there is expected to be a lot of sunlight as well. Wind shifting from the west to the southwest overnight, but back to the west tomorrow afternoon. And again, fairly strong winds coming out of the west there, 20 plus kilometers, maybe some stronger gusts around 30 kilometers. 19 in Cold Lake, expecting a low of 11 rather overnight, and only 17 degrees tomorrow with an outside chance of some showers amidst a mostly sunny afternoon. The wind shifting to the west-northwest, not as stringent as in the Battlefords, but again, some of those gusts could be above 20 kilometers there. 18 in the border city with a low of 11 once again, chance of some overnight rain. Then 18 tomorrow, but even more sunlight expected. We're unlikely to see what we saw this morning where it felt like middle of the fall. Now your 7-day forecast: 17 on Thursday and a low of 7, and things stay cool on Friday with 18 degrees and a low of 6, but relatively sunny conditions. Things shift and warm up on Saturday to 21, but again a chance of rain, more than 60% chance in fact, coming that day. Then 19 on Sunday, 17 Monday, and 18 to finish off your 7-day forecast there. Only a few days around the seasonal average or above the seasonal average for the lows at 10 on Sunday and 11 on Monday. Again, the wind pretty strong at the moment, will continue on through Wednesday, but that will start to calm down and really peter out around 13, 15 kilometers through most of the week. That has been your 7-day forecast.
Once again, we are back here at the Service Sports Centre talking about everything that is coming up here this fall to do around the city. And Cindy Reckamowicz joins me now. And now first off, it's all about how to get involved with this, as you guys do have your registration night coming up. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, at the Service Sports Centre, we have community registration on Thursday, September 5th from 4 to 9. So we will be displaying all our programs, as well as other organizations in Lloydminster will have the opportunity to come and showcase their programs and what they have to offer. So it's going to be a great night.
And now if people do want to come out and attend, do they just have to come out, or is there anything they have to do beforehand for that?
Absolutely not. It's in the field house. There'll be like 40 organizations set up. They can just go visit the organizations they want to, and yeah, everyone is welcome.
And now sticking with the Service Sports Center here, what do you guys have going on here throughout the fall and going into the winter?
It's going to be busy here this fall, so we've got our regular programs. We've got our Little Skaters program that we offer during the day for kids to learn to skate. We have private skating lessons too you can sign up for. We also have, for the adults, we've got a pickleball tournament and a pickleball clinic coming up in the fall. We also have a basketball camp. So during the kids' November break, there's a basketball camp that we offer here. And then we have our ever popular Kids Night Out. Once a week or once a month on Friday nights, you can drop your kid off. You can have a night out, and the kids can have a night out on us. So it's a great program as well.
Yeah, no, sounds pretty great for sure. Now, also not just here at the Sports Center, you guys do have stuff going on at the Aquatic Center. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the BioClean Aquatic Center, we have our holiday camp. So over the November break and December break, we have camps that you can sign your kids up for. They're full-day camps. And we also have Friday mornings, we have a preschool camp from 10 till 1. The kids can go swimming, and there's games and crafts. So it's a great program if you want the Friday off and drop your kids off at the program.
All right, thank you for this. We're going to have some more from back here at the Service Sports Center, continuing to talk about what you do have to look forward to moving into the fall and heading to the winter. But before we get to that, we're going to head back into the studio.
Ahead of next week, what is the latest thing for you to grab on your back-to-school checklist? Some of the most common things coming up were scissors, which I guess if you kind of overuse one pair, you might need a new pair and hadn't really thought about it. And tissues came up a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess those can be handy, certainly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with that, it's always like they always ask kids to bring them, or at least when I was in school, they always asked for kids to at least bring one box so that the classroom has them. So it's always like the last thing on the mind because it's not super important.
Of course, the problem that could bring is that what if everyone brings a box? Then you got to do something with all those tissues.
Well, the teacher will probably just store it just so that you don't run out of Kleenex during the year.
I can think of a few people in this building who would have made sure those weren't stored, and some other use was definitely found with those. I don't know if you'll need any tissues for this next segment, but we're going to go right into Pet of the Day, unless you get really emotional at seeing animals. We're going to start with Molly. I guess that could make one emotional.
Yes, very, very adorable. Love the puppy eyes looking up at the camera. Very cute.
Looks like he was smothering a kiddo. So now this is Luna, who seems to be very unhappy with something.
Super unimpressed. Maybe was woken up for the picture, just not having any of it.
Yeah, there's Nurse Kitty and Cooper are up next.
Very, very adorable looking duo. The kitty looks like he's just sitting and helping console Cooper.
Being a good nurse, certainly. And Duke is the last one here.
Very, very adorable.
Okay. And we'll end it with Nim, who, I like that name. You don't see Nim very often.
No, we don't, but very adorable dog.
Lastly, remember to send in the pic and the pet picture, the name, in order to get that gift card.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Today I'm joined here with Becca from the SPCA, and she's brought in Xena, a returning guest to Pet Project. So just tell me a little bit about Xena.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring her today to get her out there again. She's been in the shelter for almost 90 days. It's been 89 days exactly. So yeah, we're just really trying to find her that perfect home.
And what would be her best fit for homes?
We think an all-adult home, only animal type thing. We kind of did a quick, like meet and greet sort of thing with 2 other dogs. Female dogs she really didn't seem to enjoy. The male one she was a little bit more tolerant of. Maybe if it's something a little bit older that's going to leave her alone and she leaves them alone kind of thing, that might be her best option. She's just kind of a cranky old lady sort of thing. So and Kids she's good initially, but it just seems to be as the kind of time goes on, she gets a little bit upset with them and she snaps. So, and it just kind of mouth snapping kind of thing. But yeah, so we just think that she would be just her happiest in an all adult home.
And would she be best fit with a large piece of land or, an actual home opposed to an apartment?
I think she would be happy, out on an acreage or in town too, as long as she's getting lots of walks. I mean, she is, she's got a bit of a harness on here. She's not very good on the leash, so she might have really just enjoyed. I think originally she was a surrender from us, so she came in from a house in town sort of thing. So she is used to living in the town as well too, but I think acreage living would probably be nice for her as well.
And you have a few events coming up. Want to just talk about those a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to be at the Fall Festival on September 14th. So that's at Bud Miller, I believe, as well too. So it's kind of the same idea as Canada Day, just a bunch of fun stuff going on. Hopefully it's not cold like it was Canada Day. So we're hoping for warm weather again. But and then we also have our adoption weekend at PetSmart that weekend as well, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. So yeah, we're going to be busy.
Yeah, sounds like it. How are you doing for numbers after that big clear out event?
We're doing all right still. Our dog numbers are still pretty low, which is nice. Cat numbers are building back up again, but which is to be expected with an SPCA, right? But yeah, I mean, for the most part, a lot of it is the animals that have been on our waiting list. So, the people that have been very willing to hold on to these animals for us, which we're very, very thankful for. And just some of our fosters coming back from their foster homes too, and getting ready for going up for adoption. So yeah, we're filling up again.
And are you finding that the strays or the surrenders are, I guess, calming down just a little bit, or what kind of season is fall for the SPCA?
It tends to be kind of round 2 of kitten season, so it was a fairly nice summer, for the most part. So I'm sure there was some bad stuff happening between cats and stuff, but we're kind of hoping that it's not too crazy. But yeah, it tends to be kind of round 2 of our kitten season, so we anticipate that. So even too with we kind of put it on Facebook the other day that we're low on kitten food, just because obviously they need to eat, and we're still a little bit low as well too. So. But yeah, lots of people did step up and bring some as well too. But yeah, like I said, it's kittens mostly still right now.
And really quickly before we wrap up, you just mentioned that you're in need of some donations. What specifically are you looking for?
Just a kitten kibble sort of thing. It seems they kind of prefer the Whiskas and Purina type brands, but I mean we're not going to turn anything away. Even some it doesn't have to be kitten specific, but even some wet food as well too for cats that we're looking for as well.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in and bringing Zena back. Hopefully, she'll find her home eventually.
Hopefully, yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Pet Project is brought to you by Quick Pick Waste Disposal, Lloydminster's #1 waste and recycling hauler. Quick Pick is waste collection you can depend on.
I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and 93.7 Win FM, and here's what's happening. There is a slew of concerts coming your way, and kicking it all off is TLC. They are bringing their show to the River Cree Resort and Casino on September 4th. Make sure you go chase some waterfalls with them, because it is going to be a good time. And then literally the next day, the very next day, you can catch Carly Rae Jepsen. She is bringing her dedicated tour to Windspear on September 5th. Another fantastic show. And then after that, Sir Elton John is bringing his Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour to Rogers Place. That is going to be insane. If you haven't caught Elton John before, you're going to want to do it on this one. He added 2 shows, so September 27th and the 28th. The 28th was the second show, and I've been looking online. Tickets are still available. Depends on your price point, how picky you want to be with regards to where you are at with the stage. But I do recommend you check this one out if you can. It is going to be a good time. So there's 3 amazing concerts that you don't want to miss. Now, as we move into fall, it means we got to clean up and get ready for all the stuff we're going to get at Christmas and all that fun stuff. Saturday, September 7th from 9 to 2, you can join your neighbors with a fall cleanup and garage sale over at the Service Sports Center in Lloyd. I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and 93.7 Win FM, and that's what's happening.
Hey, I'm happy to be joined today by the members of Tuke, Good Prairie Boys, first of all, from Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
I want to talk about the single. First of all, we don't have a whole lot of time, so tell me about Never Enough for You. It's a great song. I just love the way it sounds. How did you guys come together, and who did the writing, and who did the vocals for this song?
Well, it's me singing, squawking, yelling, in key, hopefully. We just kind of came together with the whole 80s-isms and sort of things that we grew up on play a little bit into the song. I wouldn't say we were trying to like harken back, but we tried to make it as fun and poppy and upbeat as possible, I think. Am I speaking out of tune?
No, totally.
Yeah.
We tried to take the elements of what all our favorite songs had that we had covered so far. So the old 80s synths, the big vocals, the catchy hooks.
Make it sound like the Tuke song that we've been covering all this time.
Totally.
And now in regards to the actual album itself, tell me a little bit about that. Is it all original material?
No, there's only the one original on this one. Our first album was all covers of Canadian classics, and that was sort of the basis of the entire band. We came together doing charity shows, playing Canadian music. And then the new record was basically the same thing. We just happened to stumble into one of our own songs, which is what happens when musicians get together.
So how excited are you guys over the next few days here to be back in Saskatchewan to do some stuff, I guess, also in going to Calgary, going to Winnipeg? Is it good to be back for a little bit?
Absolutely. I mean, you got 2 Saskatchewan guys, 1 Manitoba guy, and 1 Alberta guy over here. So we've covered the prairies pretty seamlessly. So we get to do all 3 this trip. That's going to be a blast.
One thing we've all noticed is that we can actually breathe fresh air here.
So how is it different for you guys? I mean, you're coming off playing with Slash, with Shania, you know, some huge names, and now you're going to be playing in some smaller centers. What's it like to, is that a little bit, you know, it's a more intimate setting for you, but is it just as exciting?
I love it. I personally like being able to see the faces and see everybody up close, see if they're enjoying it or if they're doing this. No, I'm just kidding. It's always kind of great to be able to celebrate together.
Now, how is it, what reaction do you get when you do the Canadian classics, and what do you see in the crowd? Are you still seeing a lot of people who come out to the traditional classic rock shows, or are you seeing a variety of ages?
We have a lot of different ages. We have a lot of young people coming out of nowhere, and that was kind of the purpose of this band in a lot of ways, to start playing old classic Canadian rock that we love and turning it on to a whole new generation and turning it on to geographically different places that never would have heard bands like the Queen City Kids, Street Heart, Orphan, and on and on. So that in that way, we've been quite successful in reaching a younger audience than Japan and Australia and
Brazil.
South America. Yeah,
we have fans in Brazil.
There's a Brazil fan page. How do you like that?
Well, now, tell me a little bit about when you guys get together, because I know you all have busy schedules. How do you make it work? Just a few gigs here and there, and how important is Tuke going to be going forward?
We have a blast doing this, so of course it's easy to make time for something you really enjoy. It's like being in a relationship, except you're in a relationship with 3 other people rather than just. And so you just have to make time for it. I think.
Part of the reason that it took so long for the second album to come out was because our schedules were also booked up, and this is the first time where
it was finished a long time ago.
It was finished a long time ago. First time that all our schedules lined up, we all had a hole, and we decided to give the album a release the way it should. Absolutely. With a CD release party and whatnot.
And what about the video? Where did you guys shoot it, and how long did it take to do the video? And who came up with the idea for it?
The director, Dave, is from Winnipeg, so we shot it here. Brent Fitz is from Winnipeg. He's the mayor of Winnipeg, really. And we sort of, we shot it over, I don't know, I think it was a day, but it felt like 3 or 4 years shooting it in the freezing cold of a Winnipeg winter. But in a cool old, what is it, a water?
It's a water hydro pump station. It's completely abandoned. It's right in the center of Winnipeg. And it's unbelievable, all the old gear and gadgets. And
it's a real danger hazard for anybody.
It's very prayerful. It actually is. Yeah, totally.
It had a cool charm. But we actually did that video back in November when we played the break.
Yeah.
So we've been holding on to this and the record since November. And so now it's time to come
So tomorrow we're going to premiere it for everybody at our CD release party. And then the next day, the rest of the world will see it.
That's right.
Okay, and if anybody wants more information on where you guys are playing or how to do the digital downloads or ordering your first album, what's the best place to go to get that?
DukeRocks.ca. DukeRocks.ca, which I love saying.
Okay.
Rocks.ca.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for chatting with me today. I appreciate it. And good luck with the next few days and with tour and stuff. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Corey, I've spoken with you before. Nice to meet the rest of you, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun.
Thanks, Stacey. Bye.
Bye.